Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for game number 2 in this best of 3 series. And once again, it's Kracken Up versus Slap and Tickle. Although that's not the way they line up. It's Kracken Up on your red side, Slap and Tickle going to be on your blue. And Nightfall, what an exhilarating game 1.
Well played. Definitely, Slap and Tickle really showed up there, and Yada played a very, very good Kronos, as well as Wizard. He went 6-1 on that Ra. Very good Celestial Beams coming in and Searing Pains as well. Kracken Up did do their best. It was a very strange pick to put Hercules in the jungle, but they did make it work a little bit, but unfortunately Slap and Tickle were able to get the better of them. And now here we are in match number 2. Slap and Tickle 1-0, and we see the bans already. Thor, Circuit, and Sylvanas already taken away. And
yeah,
the
absolutely.
last one was Athena, actually. So we're already
not
through the bans.
Yeah, we didn't see the Skitsa Thanatos ban, and there was another targeted ban towards him last game as well.
Hunbats, I think it was. Possibly. Oh wow, Medusa auto-locked, and Hunbats auto-locked as well. Okay. So Medusa, very good priority pick. Kiki did play it very well last game. And now Hunbat's locked in for Skitsa, and Ra taken away from Wizard and onto Mr. Digital there. So Hunbats is very, very strong with that. Fear No Evil definitely coming in favor. Fears everyone within it for a ticking amount. So it will refresh all the time. So a Gib Shield won't cleanse it. Also, is his burst damage from the overhand smash and somersault is crazy as well, because of the crit passive as well. Mixed in does gives you a 15, I'm not too sure which one, percent crit on your next basic attack after using an ability.
Yeah, absolutely. And on the opposite side, Bastat is going to be locked in once again. Rail Chuckles, he seems to really enjoy playing the cats, and Ares is going to be locked in through this time for Richard Castle. But before they can ban it away, Geb is going to be the counter pickup to come through from the side of Kracken Up. Sorry, I'm dropping words left, right, and center, and Geb's going to be dropping Stone Shields.
Oh, yep, and definitely taking away that great team fight. Although Ares picked up for Richard Castle, and Ares, it gets target banned almost every game except for the last game, and this one, because Sylvanas was open last game, they opted to go with that. But Richard Castle plays an amazing Ares, like we saw in the qualified tournament last week, the week before, 6 days ago, before last. Okay, there we go. And now the third ban actually coming out was Isis and Bologna. Interesting. So Bologna, like we saw in that Silicon game, is very good at sustained team fighting and sticking in there with that Eagles rally, giving protections as well.
And Isis as well does identically the same thing with the mid lane matchup already locked in for the guys onto the side of Kracken Up as well. Banning that one away from the opposition means that you have a small amount of advantage. I'm interested to. I would really like. I'm a big fan of Apollo play, and I would really like to see it. But I don't know. It's locked in.
Okay, interesting.
Split push. Is this going to be split push? And the Geb Shield's there to stop the team fighting from being initiated.
It could possibly. Apollo recently got buffed. The base damage on his kit, I think, his basic attacks deal a tiny bit more damage. and his base damage was increased as well, so his wave clear is a little bit stronger, not as weak. And his split push is definitely still there with his ultimate. Oh, and Thanatos locked in there for L Chuckles, and Giannis as well for Wizza in that mid lane. I'd like to see how this Apollo goes as well.
Is that a solo cat?
It could be.
Who would be better into the solo lane? Would it be the Thanatos or the Bastet?
Probably the Bastet. Thanatos solo, I think, is too squishy. And they wouldn't blind pick it. They wouldn't blind pick a solo Thanatos into who they don't know is going in the solo lane. It looks like Guan Yu for Destiny Q there. Interesting. Guan Yu solo, and we saw Guan Yu in the support option in that Silicon game. First match of the day, actually.
Yeah, and they opted to stick the Sobek to the solo lane and transform it into the all unpowerful in that game solo back that we saw so much of in the Invitational Qualifier tournament. So it'd be interesting to see how they utilize this Guan Yu solo, and I think this is actually probably a really good point to remind everyone of. Slap and Tickle, they went 7-0, given 2 buys, admittedly, so officially 5-0 wins and loss in that Invitational Qualifier, and they're already 1-0 here. They're on form, and the guys coming up against them, Kracken up, they've really got to find some form because they barely scraped in. They were the last team to qualify at 3-4 from the Invitational Qualifier tournament. And if they need to get their season rolling, it's got to be I feel like they wouldn't have the strength to take on one of those higher tier teams. They need to pick off one of the opponents that also qualified from that Invitational Qualifier.
Yeah, and we'll see if they can come back in the second match. We'll see if they can, right off the back of that, Skitzer Hunbats and Apollo Kira Hunter. Well, I think it'll go quite well for Apollo, actually. His passive is very, very strong. It gives him an attack speed boost for 5 auto attacks after every 10 successful basic attacks. So it's very, very good for wave clear, and it doesn't cost anything as well, which is very, very good and what you want on an 80 carry as well.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a game on our hands. This one should be a blockbuster. Can Kracken up, level up the series and take it to 1-1, take us to that best of 3 game that we are definitely searching for, or is it going to be a 2-0 clean sweep to make it 3 so far from the first week of your OCE Invitational ladder? We'll be right back after a couple minutes with your game. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again. It's time for your second match. And the second match of the second match. It's going to be Slap and Tickle versus Kracken up. Same sides as we all were last time. Will Kracken up fall to a Slap and Tickle invade this time around? Probably not, but Slap and Tickle are at least looking for that aggression.
And we'll hold off introductions for just a little moment to see what they do. Not even placing an aggressive ward. Interesting. They look to see if the enemy is there, and if they did find it, they would be able to get a kill like Silicon were able to do with Ares in game number 2 against HS just earlier tonight. Unfortunately, no enemies were around, so those trains did not come in handy.
Yeah. You know what? So, you know why they didn't plan a ward? Because they had none.
That's a good point. They all have potions. So they're looking for that sustain. So over in the order side, it is Slap and Tickle starting us off in the solo lane. Or with an invade, they took away the blue buff from Destiny Q. It will be Yada on Bastet picking up that blue buff in the solo lane. El Chuckles in the jungle as Thanatos. In the mid lane will be Wizard as Giannis. And Kikyo Mio and Rich Castle will be our duo lane on Medusa and Ares.
Cracking up red health bars, Chaos side. Can they cause chaos in this matchup? Destiny Q is going to be on a solo lane Guan Yu. Skitzer is going to be helping him out for the early part of the game on the monkey. He's hunting bats. Mr. Digital is going to be your brightening and lightening mid laner on the support role. Crazy Hamish on the man that is the Earth. It's Geb, and Kira Hunter is going to come through with the 80 carry Apollo, the pick we have not seen in a long time.
Yeah, definitely coming back from Season 1 after the buff to his base damage, like I mentioned in the pick and bans. And it looks like Skits are leaving early to go for that rotation to the mid lane, try and get some more pressure down onto Wizard, who may have a little bit of a tough time against that Ra and the wave clear. And he's going to unleash a little bit of XP, try to reach level 4. And we'll see in that solo lane that Yada and El Chuckles will keep pushing. Chuckles will stick around. He's not going to hit level 4. Interesting. And now he backs off to do his speed buff, which he was not able to do. Back camp's taken from Kracken up. And the XP actually shared with Giannis, Wizard in that mid lane. And El Chuckles does pick that up. He's going to make a rotation to that, probably to the duo lane first. Or maybe, based on the time, 1 minute until mid camps come up. And he's going to be able to pick those up. He's going to be level 5. And a level 5 Thanatos is definitely very scary early game. That's where Thanatos does get his power because of the percentage damage on his Death Scythe and his ultimate. Being able to execute is definitely what you want on an early game jungler to pick up early game kills.
Yeah, and when he's got that vision of anyone that is low HP in the early game, he knows he can put the pressure down. The ultimate's coming across. The level 4 Yada that's looking for the assistance. Chuckles is going to get dropped incredibly low. The pounce forward, they won't quite be able to find the damage, but in the mid lane, Skitzer, he's going to come through and find himself an assist on the first blood as it goes over to Mr. Digital's Ra.
And very good first there by Kracken up on towards Wizard there. Unfortunately, the Yada was not level 4 when El Chuckles tried to go in and use that ultimate, so he wasn't able to use the cats, and he's actually gone under tower.
Oh, not quite down! The cats are underneath the tower, they're tanking them up, but Destiny Q is going to barely live through it. Yada will manage to get the base out through on the backside. You know what that's allowed? That's allowed the Gab to rotate towards the mid lane. Chuckles has found him out. I don't think he quite got that one picked up. The rollout is at least going to save Crazy Hamish, so he's going to get away from this one. A no chain connection from the castle. Richard Castle. So it's going to be a full back off, but I believe that both of those mid camps are going to go over in favor of Slap and Tickle.
Wizard tried to get the snipe on towards Destiny Q on the solo lane from mid lane. It was so close. It was maybe about 20 feet off. That was extremely close for a blind snipe on towards a Guan Yu who was recalling. So if he was able to pick that up, that would have been amazing. Unfortunately, not able to there. Now his ultimate's going to be down for roughly about a minute and a couple more seconds after that. So the rotations won't be on point.
It's going to come through from El Chuckles. He went really deep looking for Skitzer, and now he's trying to auto-attack away. The ultimate's going to come through. I believe he's still looking for Skitzer. No escape, but fear no evils there from Skitzer. Finally, Thanatos comes flying down. Do they have the damage? No, they quite don't, and Skitzer will live through this. this one. Kira Hunter there to try and save on the backside as well, with his ultimate just coming online, and that chariot ride won't pick him up a kill, but it may kill off Crazy Hamish. Digital's here. There's a solar blessing. They've got enough healing. Another knock-up to come through from Crazy Hamish, but that'll spell disengage, searing pain. Richard Castle might be feeling the searing pain of that one, but he will not be handing over 300 gold.
Oh, and both junglers get out on extremely low HP. That was very, very lucky for them. And over here in the solo lane, nothing too much happening actually, as the solo lane usually goes, unless you are El Kiro and Bakasura. Then things happen. So they're gonna pick up the attack speed buff here for Kiki in that duo lane, and mid camp's respawning in just under a minute, and we'll see who goes towards. We need to watch the ultimates and see when they come off cooldown, and then Skitzes is actually still on cooldown. Oh, he just used it in that fight that we just observed, and up in 15 seconds. Maybe we might see him make a play on towards Yada. He's over there in the solo lane, might be able to pick up something, although Yada is very slippery on that Bastet. Oh, and we do see a bit of aggression in this duo lane. Crazy Hamish taking it quite low, actually taking a lot of damage from the Death Scythe, and that is the through space and time actually from Wizard to make a rotation. Not gonna get anything except for an attack speed buff. I don't think they needed 4 people there, but can never be too safe.
Yeah, absolutely. And now the mid camps will come up in the point of contention, and Digital's got this wave shoved up. Advantage for this one is going to be in favor of Kracken up, but they're still looking for a fight. Fear no evil in the mid lane. Oh, searing pain not onto Wizard. Now the ultimate to come through. Wizard's knocked back into the rest of the team as well, but he has a bottle to get himself out of there, and the Apollo is going to rotate over with the ultimate as well. Wizard's in trouble, but that's all of Kira Hunter's mana. He's got nothing left, but there's so much of the team here. He'll find another portal, but Digital's on the other side of it. And that means that he's not going to be living through this one. And mid-camps on the right-hand side go the favor of Kracken up. I'm not sure they're going to be able to find anything from Slap and Tickle, but the mana bars are so low. There's none, absolutely none on Digital. There was none on Kira Hunter just a few seconds ago. He's found his way back, but that means the left-hand side is all for Kikio Mio and Richard Castle.
So Wizard was able to force out a... Okay, over here in the solo lane, Destiny Q, the cats are chasing him. He uses Cavalry Charge. Can he get away from it? Yes, he can. Roughly about 50 HP left there, and Yada as well. Just left the cats to do the work. Unfortunately, they weren't able to pick up the kill on towards Destiny Q. But here's Chuckles. He's got the speed boost as well from his Scent of Death. Can he land the Death Scythe? No, he cannot. Will he go under tower? No, he won't. He will use the Soul Reap. Silences out. It gets a little bit of damage off. Oh, if he landed that Death Scythe, I think he would have been able to pick up the kill there.
Yeah, absolutely. The damage and the follow-up would have been all he really needed. Unfortunately, the ultimate wasn't cooldown. It's now just off cooldown as soon as Destiny Q gets back into that base. Unfortunately, he used that one looking for pressure in the earlier portions of the game. Didn't quite find it. That's the predicament he finds himself into. And I tell you what, both 80 carries this time around. You're going to see both the Apollo from Kira Hunter and Kikio Mio. He's going to be picking up a Heartseeker as well. And look at that stack advantage so heavily in favor of Kikio Mio.
And that's the wave clear coming in. He's able to a lot of those last hits and force the minions under tower from Kira Hunter. Although, he's doing a good job actually. He's keeping up a wave, keeping up in stacks slightly. It is 39 to 23, and that is the blink with no escape, and that forces a cataclysm out of Crazy Hamish, but the immunity ticks were not on, so he was pulled in and he takes a lot of damage, and that is Kikio Mio jumping onto Mr. Digital. Wizard goes through the wall, uses that damage to try and pick him up, and Mr. Digital still alive. Wizard with the through space and time misses as well, and here's Al Chuckles with the hovering death, able to get the execute on towards him, and then Kira Hunter uses his across the sky to get out of the fight. And actually Destiny Q jumps in there with the cavalry charge to try and get out. 4v1 and not able to get out of there. It's a lot of damage from four enemies, and now they're looking for the Gold Fury.
Absolutely, they're not even going to start at those skitzes on the backside. Crazy Hamish is there with the Hog 3 already on the line. So he's at least got that one, and he's blink up, but unfortunately no blink online for Richard Castle. Did obviously just burn that one in the last fight, got the perfect no escape to try and kill off the support coming through from Kracken up on Crazy Hamish's Gap. If they killed him off, they would have backed off and immediately gone for that Gold Fury.
Definitely. I'm not. Oh, could they have gotten it? I don't think Slap and Tickle would have actually gotten it. Oh, Crazy Hamish being aggressed on by El Chuckles. Death Sight lands, deals nearly 40% HP, and this Soul Reap as well silences him out of that rollout. Wow, that was a lot of damage from the Thanatos, who only has a Hydra Star, which turns into, I think, the Hydra's Lamont, which is increased damage on your next basic attack after using an ability. So he's gone for the tier 2 for that cooldown reduction instead of trying to get that Jotun's Wrath. So it does give him that cooldown reduction, and he's also picked up Warrior's Tabai, which gives him 40 magical, 40 physical power.
Oh, he's going to go looking for the dive, but he's not quite going to find it. The blink over the wall, Cataclysm from Crazy Hamish finds nothing! Digital! Searing Pain is the name of that ability that just ripped through the health bar of El Chuckles, and he felt a lot of pain right there.
Definitely. Oh, unfortunately, he tanked about 2 tower shots there, and then well aimed there by Mr. Digital. Have to give it to him. Although El Chuckles was walking in a straight line. And it looks like Richard Castle tried to get a chain through the wall. Unfortunately, didn't land it on towards Skitzer. Okay. And now they're setting up for Gold Fury. Richard Castle has backed off. Will he recall? I don't think they'll actually start it here. Mainly because Medusa is right there, and her team fight is very good if she can land a good Petrify Acid Spray and gets a lot of group damage off. And also mixed in there with the Ares and the Thanatos, like we just saw Thanatos dealing so much damage to the tank, mainly because of that percentage of HP damage on the death side.
Digital, he's got 3 chains sitting on top of him. I almost felt like the Searing Pain might start to come through from Richard Castle, and that would have shredded away Mr. Digital's
on the solo lane, Yada!
Absolutely, getting dived underneath the tower. Will manage to live. The cats are doing work. One more hit. Yada cleans it up with a sliver of health. What did he walk away with?
Oh,
how did he walk out of there?
One more hit from the cavalry charge would have been able to kill him, Fino, even in the mid lane, Wizard gets caught out, and he uses that unstable vortex, gets quite a lot of damage down. Now Skitzer misses the Sacred Monkey.
Ultimate to come through from Wizard as well. He's going to eat himself another Celestial Beam, but Chuckles is there. He's got that Hydra Star still. He hasn't fully completely upgraded that one. One more auto attack. Skitzer's gone as well. That's the 2 for 0. Crazy Hamish, no mana, no health bar, and that's a Gold Fury. Slap and Tickle 5 and 3. They want to keep this aggression going that they're known for. They successfully do it, and then they're going to get a Gold Fury off the back of it.
They're able to pick up 2 kills there on towards the jungler, and that was pretty close there for Wizard, but him being on Giannis, very slippery, very difficult to get away, to lock down, because he can go through so many walls using that portal, using the threshold, increasing that movement speed, and as well as the through space and time through multiple walls. Very, very difficult to lock down. And now, because of that, those 2 kills, as well as these mid camps just being picked up, and Gold Fury, that is 3,200 gold a lead for Slap and Tickle on top of Kracken up. This is very good early game now for Slap and Tickle, mainly because of the Thanatos. He's 3-1, and he's making those team fights work for Slap and Tickle.
Yeah, absolutely, and look at the XP and gold difference right now. 7k, or almost 7k. They just managed to nullify it back a bit, but it's back over 7k, the XP lead, and the gold lead is cranking up there as well. It's 3,400. I tell you what, the late game, I don't know if Apollo can do as much damage as a Medusa in the late game. We haven't seen enough of the matchup between these 2 gods.
Oh, and it looks like Mr. Digital and the Gib are rolling in right now. Crazy Hamish is here, and there's the Cataclysm. It won't land. Kiki Omiya turns it around, with the side passive on the snipe with the searing pain from Mr. Digital on towards Kiki, but here's Wizard and Richard Castle blinks in, and there is the CC immunity except for Crazy Hamish. He gets pulled in. There's the portal and the unstable vortex. Richard Castle able to pick it up. Kira Hunter actually came back in with the across the sky, but he's able to use the moves and get out of there. Or 1-for-1 trade there. Support for 80 carry though, so that is definitely in favor of Kracken up there.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, no Gold Fury on Slap and Tickle side to manage to take that one out because of the lack of support. They'd already cleaned him up, already picked that one off, so at least they'll take knowledge in losing their 80 carry. Doesn't lose them a team fight or an objective because there's no objective to take, luckily. But the aggression right now from Wizard and Richard Castle, they're so deep in the jungle, the fear no evil, what can it do? Wizard's getting a caught on from behind and Kira Hunter finds himself a kill. Richard Castle's over aggression, but Chuckles is here. Chuckles is going to find Skitzer, and what can he do now on the backside as well? Oh, Celestial Beam is going to come through, ripping chunks. Oh!
Wow!
Digital
These
makes
silly...
it 3.
He's 5-2 right now, all because of those amazing snipes with the searing pain. Oh my gosh!
What are we seeing? This is dirty.
Aimbot firmed. He's landing.
Turn your aimbot off, Digital.
Yes. Oh wow, guys, take this away from Mr. Digital. He's landing so many. It's dirty. It's great to see though. And over there in the solo lane, actually, the pressure is coming down onto Destiny Q. This solo Bastard is actually showing up really, really well. But over here in this mid lane, they are sieging it down. This tier 2
no
tower.
escape from Richard Castle. What can they do with it? They've got here a Hunter, and they might be looking for more as El Chuckles joins the fray with the ultimate to come online. Kiki Omiya is going to try and chase down as well. And now Chuckles is going to do what he can through space and time. Doesn't quite connect. Kiki Omiya, it's going to be Wizard that finds Kira Hunter, and now he's going to portal through. He's looking for more. Crazy Hamish is ticking low with thanks to Yada's Kitty Cats. And that means he picks up a kill. I hope it's worth it, Skitzer, over in that solo lane. You better get that tower because your team is paying for it.
Although they did that tier 2 tower, so the gold was definitely worth it, I think. And Skitzer able to pick up that tier 1 tower as well, so that's 400 gold in the pockets for how many people went down there? 3? No, Mr. Digital lived. Oh wow, 2 for 2 towers. I think definitely worth it, especially as one of them was a Destiny Q, a little bit caught out in the mid. So that was worth it, as one of those towers was a tier 2 tower, so that's 300 gold each, almost a gold fury, but it does not respawn because it is a tower. And Wizard all alone in this mid lane now, up against Destiny Q. Lands a good unstable vortex. Fear no evil though in this duo lane against Kiki Omiya, forced to use the sprint. The Sacred Monkey did land, so he can teleport to it, but he won't opt to, and that's a lot of damage turned around onto Crazy Hamish. Across the sky is Apollo. Crazy Hamish taken extremely low. Destiny Q uses that cavalry charge. Crazy Hamish lived. Kiki and Richard Castle very, very low. And now
Yada actually over and towards the solo lane. He's going to get caught up. So much damage being dropped on towards him, but he's got the damage back on Kira Hunter. No, he won't. Yada will win that one back off. Over in the team fight phase, Skitzer will find El Chuckles as he over-aggresses as Slap and Tickle so often do. Cracking up, make them pay for it. But in the duo lane, the solo lane on the other side of the map, they're also going to make Slap and Tickle pay for it. Wizard will at least get the grace of a mid-camp on his way out, but he might get picked off here as Skitzer looks for more. Overhand smash, it's all there. But another portal through the wall from Wizard means he whisks himself away to safety. Kiki Omiya, he might want something here. Petrify, it's not online, but the auto-attack damage, it's there, Nightfall.
Or can he get it off? Petrify is 30 seconds away, so he won't be able to. Richard Castle blinks in with that no escape, and they all use CC immunity. Through space and time goes down. There's the Fear No Evil, picks up Richard Castle. That's Destiny Q with that kill. Wizard is here now, uses that unstable vortex, only hits Crazy Hamish, who is off the backside. He can use that rollout to get away, and no kills for Slap and Tickle. They lose Richard Castle and aren't able to get the Gold Fury there. Unfortunate trade for them.
Yeah, absolutely, and now this game starts to settle into more of a bit of a rhythm of back and forth fights across the map. We haven't even talked about how deep the ward coverage is starting to come through. There's 3 wards in this one spot! There is 3 wards in this one spot
I
in the
noticed
left-hand
that.
side mid-camps.
It's it's kind of funny actually. When you click on it, it circles the vision that the ward gives. It's actually kind of funny to look at. Kikiamiya is actually in this duo lane, and he's gonna get a tier 3 tower. That's tier 3 tower. That's a phoenix. A tier 2 tower here, so that's 300 gold. Kind of worth it. Although Crazy Hamish is here, maybe he'll be able to pick up a kill. Petrify is off cooldown, so if Crazy Hamish is not careful, he may go down and a kill as well, although it does look like Mr. Digital has begun a rotation.
And a pause as well as Digital. Yep. He might be Mr. Digital in game, but at the moment he might be pausing for himself, and that would lend the name otherwise. Nightfall.
So shall we fast forward here really quickly?
I think we might.
Cool
I'm
bananas.
in control of this one.
Yeah.
Cool bananas or cool beams of light? Which would you prefer? The monkey? Or
that's a good question.
The eagle-headed god?
I think I like Venom Evil. It's a very good fight. Although the snipes, Mr. Digital has shown us what it's like to be good at Ra. I'm not very good at Ra. So I feel jealous that he's able to hit all these amazing snipes. So we'll have to go with the eagle head of cool beams. Get it? Because it's like beans, and that was lame.
That was pretty damn lame. that was more than cool beans. That was beans of nightmares.
Nightmares with a K.
Yeah. As night falls and our watch begins.
Oh wow. Wow, that took me so long.
Are you serious?
Oh my god.
I tell you what, I haven't actually seen the new season of Game of Thrones yet. Yeah. And I mean, it looks and plays very much like a game of Smite. There's blood everywhere. Tons of people die. And there's so much action.
I heard there's dragons too. Dragons.
Yeah.
Like
this game doesn't have dragons.
Yeah, Ao Kuang, man.
Whoa.
He's a dragon. Only when he ults, though. There should be more dragons in this game. And less pauses. Oh my gosh. Pauses, please. Alrighty, guys. So, let's take a look at the builds. They seemed quite... I was about to say, they seem mirrored in that they are exactly mirrored, except ASI was picked up for Kira Hunter before Kikiamiya. Kiki went for the Ninja Tabai, whereas Kira went for the ASI and the Warrior Tabai, actually. Very interesting. And he has started off his tier 2 of what I assume will be Rage, and Kiki has started his Executioner. Interesting. And now, oh wow, Hamish is actually very far behind Richard Castle. Oh, and we're back! Yes! Back into this game.
I love it when we get back in the game. Yeah!
Destiny Q destroying this blue buff. Will he be able to take it? Oh no, here comes Skitzer. Oh, will he be able to take it? Okay, and that goes to Destiny Q. Nice pickup there. I'll Chuckles here for the rotation. I just played a buff taking.
If you
that happened.
If you're a fan of crabs, and not the kind that you get from performing lewd acts, as Aphrodite would have you do, in the middle of pauses, you can learn from Joden, who's one of our European casting friends, very, very good friend of mine. He likes to spectate the crabs on the left-hand side of the map during pauses such as that one. You know that?
Okay. I'm sorry. Whew. So... back into this game, it seems that this push from Kikiamiya is going to take down a tower very shortly. And he uses that Viper shot, gets 3 auto attacks. Well, it takes quite a lot of damage actually. Takes him down to about 60% HP and able to pick up that turret. That's 300 gold now back in favor of Slap and Tickle. And L Chuckles on Mr. Digital. And that's a good chain by Richard Castle, not able to follow it up with a second one. And here's Skitzer Will he be able to jump? He's gonna jump in with a Fear No Evil. No, he won't. Thanks, Schizo.
He's trying
he
to.
goes in
He
with
did jump in, but immediately jumped out. The disengage coming through. Rollout from Crazy Hamish. Doesn't want to miss out on this act. Oh my god, Kira Hunter has found Kikyo, and well, I would say that the Heartseeker Apollo is well and truly online.
Yeah, that's a lot of stacks lost for Kiki. He's
25, in fact.
Yeah, that's quite a lot, to be fair. And that's quite a lot of a lead that Kira Hunter has gained back. He was equal, but now he's gained it back. He's got 3 kills now to the no kills of Kikyo. It's just the team fights that Kiki is able to turn around with that Petrify. And now it seems that Kira will be able to return the towers in the duo lane. In fact, actually, that looks like a Fire Giant looking towards for Kracken up.
Absolutely, but Kikyo will be back online in just a second, and in the meantime they've got a lot of pressure over on towards this duo lane as Kira Hunter starts rip through this tower in the middle of everything. Digital's gonna find Chuckles, and now it's gonna be the focus on towards Yada. He's got that pounce away, but the rollout's there. Sorry, no, the cavalry charge from Destiny Q will lead back towards the Cats. He's trying to dodge out. Skidson does get the overman smash. He will finally clean that one up, and Hunter's here as well from across the map. Richard Castle will find Destiny Q. What can he continue chasing here, Nightfall?
Oh, it looks like Richard's gonna get caught out. Now he uses the no escape. Why? Oh, and that's the battle from Giannis able to get him out of dodge. And there's Kira Hunter. Will he be picked up? Will the unstable vortex? No, it won't be able to pick him up. If it did land, I feel it would have been able to kill him. And Wizard's looking for it.
Oh, Kira Hunter
in
is looking for it, but Skitza's going to be the one that finds it, and they find the killing spree on towards Wizard. He's huge, Skitza. And man, you ban his jungle gods away from him for a very good reason.
Yeah, Humbats is such a strong pick right now. His pick right now. Actually, what we didn't see was that the tier 2 tower in the duo lane was able to be picked up by Kira Hunter. So he got 2 towers. That's 400 gold each for Kracken up. And was able to rotate over and win the team fight there for Kracken up. So now the score is 10-13. Oh wow, it's starting to come back. But can Slap and Tickle stop them? That is the question. Mid camp's picked up.
We don't call them Slap and Tickle anymore. We call them, well, a ton of other names that mean a ton of damage, which is, you know, what they do. They get in, they steal your camps. That's what they like to play like. And tonight's games have been kind of like the opposite coming from Slap and Tickle. They've played a lot more reserved, even though went ham against Kracken up in the Invitational qualifier. Skitzer did get focused out, but the Cataclysm was on point there for Crazy Hamish. The Fear No Evil not quite going to connect, but Cavalry charge from Destiny Q. He wants someone. Richard Castle's going to drop the no escape as well, and Thanatos is going to look for who he can chase down. Skitzer's incredibly low, but he decides that Destiny Q is his target. But Kira Hunter, killing spree, 1, 2, 3, count him right up. Because that's all the kills they're going to find this fight, and the important part is it's on to Richard Castle. Guess what that means, Nightfall?
That's
it's time
the fight
for the boss of the map.
Yes! Can he change the fight though with the Petrify and Wizards here? He doesn't have his ultimate, but he does have those unstable vortexes that deal a lot of damage. But it looks like Fire Giant does go to Kracken up, and can they turn the fight around? Wizard is a little bit in trouble. He's gonna need a good portal to get him out. It gets under that tower. Rollout from Crazy Hamish just cancelled, gets him into position to take down that tier 2 tower. He's gonna tank it up. Actually, that's Kira Hunter tanking it up.
Those portals might mean something. Crazy Hamish still tanking it up. Destiny Q's the one to go forward, and look the damage that Wizard is able to put out with that unstable vortex. Finds another portal, but I'm not sure that they can follow that one up. And Crazy Hamish is big enough that he can body block any further skill shots to come their way.
And
they might.
The health regeneration from the Fire Giant, as well as Mr. Digital's heals, is crazy right now. It's keeping them sustained. Skitz is almost full HP again, and they're forcing down this Phoenix right now. Not looking good for Slap and Tickle.
Blinking Cataclysm, it's time to fight. Searing Pain doesn't do what it wants to do this time around, and Yada's going to leap in, and he really wants to go ham. Eats a Celestial Beam, drops the cat, so at least they're doing DPS. Fear No Evil's going to come down, but so the ultimate from Richard Castle. CC immunity abounds, and they're going to try and find a fight into this Phoenix. Down comes Chuckles. He's still looking for some fight damage. Some really nice silence off on towards Destiny Q and gang. No kills to be taken so far, but the cat is healed up and it's coming back out. Bastet wants something. Great portal to come through from Wizard. He wants to be a part of this fight. What can they do from Slap and Tickle? The ultimate!
Oh,
Wizard snipes to come through, and now the team fight to continue. Kikyomi's got Petrify. He's going to come forward with it. The portal is on a digital, and they might pay for that Fire Giant. And the over-aggression. Kracken up, lose digital. Kracken up, lose 3. And wow, what a turn by Slap and Tickle.
That was such a good turnaround. That was because the Guan Yu went deep. And then it just forced the rest of the team to try and follow up underneath the Phoenix, but the Phoenix deals so much more damage than the tower, and people really underestimate that. And then the team fight turnaround from Slap and Tickle was just amazing, and that snipe from Wizard. Oh, that was in the middle of the moves from Kira Hunter, so that was extremely lucky snipe there, or all skill as he would normally say. Oh, the death size does not land onto Destiny Q. It's 3v2, but Skitzer is off to the side with the Fear No Evil. Can they turn it around? No, they won't.
They're going to play for time for Slap and Tickle whilst that Gold Fury is done up by Kikyomiyo. The rest of the team's finally going to rotate around. They were trying to get down that mid tier 2, but they're not quite going to be successful. Respawns to come through right at the right times for the guys on Kracken up. And that was just crazy. That was frantic.
That was insane.
That was almost throwing away a Fire Giant buff. You lost it on 3 members.
Yeah. That's really not what you want. It's only left now for Destiny Q and Crazy Hamish, the ones who deal the least amount of damage. Oof. And Slap and Tickle actually doing a very good job at coming back here. They are behind by 300 gold now. They were behind by roughly 2.5k gold, and now they've turned it around because of that one fight. Oh, and now they're cracking up, aggressing towards this mid lane. They weren't able to get that Phoenix. Oh, that's quite a lot of damage with that Viper shot from...
Blink in from Richard Castle. He's going to drop down. The no escape gets so many, and Wizard's there for the damage. The snipe's not quite going to find what it needs to, and Kikyomiyo's left to do all the damage he wants. Chuckles in the backline. Finds the Crazy Hamish. It's only a support, but the rest of the team is almost all dead already, and he's looking for more. Skitz is going to get focused down by Witzer, but will they have the damage? Yada's there. They've got more than enough. Thanatos is still going to continue chasing down Destiny Q by the Fire Giant pit. Won't quite find the death side. He's so low, El Chuckles. He's got to be careful. Destiny Q turns that one back around, and the mid lane Kikyomiyo will find himself his killing spree. And it's 17-16. And these fights are just back and forth, Nightfall. This is the game of the night.
It's definitely. This is going 28 minutes, 17-16, like you said, and the gold lead is now 700 in favor of Slap and Tickle. Even though they did lose 2 in that fight, they were able to return it with 3, and they got the Gold Fury there. These fights are just amazing. It's great. I love to see these types of fight. Richard Castle does tank up the tower while Yada and Kikyomiya, he stands there and he takes like 6 shots, and it only takes him down to roughly 70% HP. And Yada and Kikyomiya a little bit in trouble if they don't get out of here soon. Destiny Q could use Cavalry Charge, but he's not opting to. Richard Castle is there as well, who could use the chains and they could turn around. But he does opt to recall, and they just play it safe. So no more towers left on the map for either team. So there's no territory unless you ward. Wards are your territory, and right now it's actually equal, I think, or maybe slightly in favor of Slap and Tickle because of their warding diagonally to the right across the map.
Absolutely, and with that Gold Fury online, the warding at this stage of the game is where it really starts to come in handy. Kira Hunter gone to that split push style of the Apollo. He's got the across the skies to join in around this Fire Giant. Someone has to handle him, or Slap and Tickle are about to lose a Phoenix. And Chuckles, he at least has the ultimate of Thanatos. He can get over there. But Kikyomiyo, he started this one up. There's going to be a fight.
Oh, and that is the Richard Castle using that no escape. Crazy Hamish does get blind. Yada is on the back line with the cats on Mr. Digital, and Skitzer hasn't used Fear No Evil. There it is, only lands on Richard Castle, and Destiny Q taken extremely low. El Chuckles jumps on the face of Mr. Digital there on that Ra, who's now in this Solar Blessing, healing it up, and Yada takes down Skitzer as well. Our Chuckles picks up Mr. Digital, and all the while, Apollo does take down that left lane Phoenix, and now he jumps down onto Wizard, who can't get through the portal, and Kira Hunter picks up Wizard right there. Crazy Hamish did live off the back of that, and now can Crazy Hamish, L Chuckles find Kira Hunter. No, Kira Hunter pops the sprint, and he has the ASI and picks up the kill there. But that is Fire Giant for 3 members of Slap and Tickle now.
Make that 4 because Crazy Hamish made some crazy plays. He tried to get in there and steal away that Fire Giant. Didn't come off. You may call him crazy indeed, but he had to go for that one, Nightfall.
Oh, it was always worth it to try to steal the Fire Giant if you're the support. If you can get it, it's great. If you can't get the kill, it's just your support dying. It's not as bad as anyone else in the fight. As long as you get your CC off, then you're good to go in and try and steal it. And he did his best, but unfortunately, he did get taken down there by Yada. Oh, these fights, Franco.
Man. Oh, it is so back and forth. We need to catch our breath, and we're going to take a quick break. Whilst we get through this pause, we can grab a quick drink, rejuvenate, and come back with more pizzazz, wow, and bump chicka wow than you've ever seen in a Smite game before. Don't go anywhere. Oh, well, that was a long pause after all, Nightfall.
That was
to immediate.
Another one. Okay.
Have you caught your breath after that last exchange?
I don't know. These are crazy. I don't even know what to say about these fights. They're so back and forth, and it's actually amazing. Oh, it was actually Kiki that time disconnected. Let's take a look at these builds while we're in a pause, shall we?
And I mean, it's all down to this Heartseeker. It's back to Heartseeker. Wasn't this where we were in Season 1, Nightfall?
I think so, yeah. The Heartseeker, it did get buffed recently. I'm not too sure what actually happened to it, but it does give quite a lot of physical power now than before. Oh, so Kira Hunter is going for the standard Deathbringer Rage build for an 80 carry, but he's also got the ASI there for the lifesteal, and like we said, Heartseeker instead of the Devourer's Gloves. The Devourer's Gloves did take a little bit of a nerf. Each stack does give you less physical power per stack, but now it stacks to 75 instead of the regular 60. So that's mainly why they're picking it up this game. And it looks like Kiki has gone for the penetration with the ASI or the ASI, whichever of the 10 pronunciations you wish to choose. And
I see! I see clearly now that the rain has gone.
Rank, please.
I see all obstacles in my way.
Not if you're Medusa and they all turn into stone. But he's also got the Rage and the Executioner as well. Yeah, that does actually turn him into an object, doesn't it? Interesting.
Well,
okay.
We're at similar points in the builds for both 80 carries. They might have different items, but they're identical on build paths right now. I mean, mid laners, that's a very, very late Book of Thoth for Wizard. Slap and Tickle will get the Gold Fury, and they're not quite done, I don't feel. But I think it's now time to point out Crazy Hamish and Skitzer are incredibly underleveled.
Mm-hmm. Both levels, Crazy Hamish level 16, Skitzer level 17. Unfortunately, they have died the most. Oh, actually, up there is Mr. Digital as well. He's 7 and 5. XP is hard to come by. But it looks like Slap and Tickle now with Fire Giant between the the duo lane Phoenix. Skitzer off to the side as well as Crazy Hamish, both trying to get a flank, but they won't be able to. Will Crazy Hamish, he looks prepped to blink Cataclysm No one on the side. Oh, actually, El Chuckles does have a Magi's Blessing, so he's not forced to use his beads. Everyone else does have a beads, except for Richard Castle, who does have that blink. So look out for that, the fight. Also, watch Kiki Omeo for a good Petrify. That will be game-changing as well. And Mr. Digital for those snipes.
And not just digital, we saw Wizard pull off a snipe of his own. The blink is going to come in. Eclipse's down, but I'm not sure they can make anything of it. Richard Castle is so deep in the opposition lineup, and everyone is just going to grab that opportunity to say, hey, no, we're going to throw a couple ultis at each other and back off. We're not like this. We're not going to carry through on a fight rank. We just wanted to troll you.
Yeah, so that was kind of interesting. A lot of ultimates blown. That was the El Chuckles and the Richard Castle from Slap and Tickle, and then Crazy Hamish. Oh, actually, only 3 out of 10 ultimates blown that fight.
The blink is down. The blink from Richard Castle, and the blink is just about to come back up on both of them. So 2 blinks down, 2 supports. They're immediately about to come back up, and that Fire Giant, it's not far off wearing off either.
Oh, definitely not. They've got roughly about a minute left on it, maybe even less than that. Oh, actually 40 seconds left. I'm pretty sure 40 seconds left. They haven't got anything from that. Slap and Tickle do respawn their left lane Phoenix. There is a super minion lane of wave of minions though. So if they don't clean that up, it looks like Kiki does rotate.
Everything
for that,
in this game is about fire, man. Those are fire minions. You have a fire god in Agni. You have a fire giant. Clearly, with the magma pool running through the middle, Hi-Rez just wanted to make a flaming...
Yada finds Kira Hunter. Okay.
Flaming ball of death.
They do nothing.
It's just flaming. It means nothing, man. Look at this fire giant area, though. Look at all the lava. Like, look at all the burning. But they just walk over it like nothing ever happened. Skitzer was looking for an engage there, but won't find anything. And these guys won't even let us talk about the lava. That's how on fire they are.
Even Gib has a molten skin. Like, even Gib is on fire this game. Everyone's on at least one person in every game is on fire. Like,
you know what I'd like to see on the left-hand side of the map? Ice. And then, like, Agni should be on the right-hand side of the map. He should solo lane. And Ymir should stick around in the duo lane. Because then you have a battle of fire and ice.
That'd be cool for the joust mat, I reckon. Because they need to change that. Anyway, back into this game. Fire Giant contention does respawn in roughly 10 seconds. Yep. Oh, and Kira Hunter in that duo lane, but Kiki is as well. Kiki maybe he's trying to defend, but even if he does, Kira Hunter can just use that across the sky to get into the team fight over at Fire Giant and definitely change that team fight in their favor to pick up that Fire Giant. Whereas Kiki will still be defending, and he doesn't have the mobility to get around. Although he does have Heartseek, it does give him quite a lot of movement speed. Whew, this next fight. I'm hyped.
We can both feel it coming, and it's literally about to break out, and it means everything. This time around, there is going to be no Apollo split push. Him joining the fight late is going to do absolutely nothing for them if the Fire Giant's already gone. They know this. He's Kiki Omeo finds the opportunity to run base and finish his Deathbringer to round his build-up. He knows this is important. He wanted to complete that one off, and so he has. But the Titan's Bane, I believe, is going to be the last item to come through from the side of Kira Hunter.
Yep, they've all gone for damage. No defensive items on the side of the AD carries. And there's the blink by Richard.
Absolutely, and man, he was looking for the no escape, but CC immunity burned. He's down on both Ra and Apollo, means that they will have no beads up for the next engage. What they're going to look for right now is a blink into that Cataclysm. They're still looking to fight. Kira Hunter's already burst down by Richard Castle, so what can they find here? In comes the cavalry charge, looking for Yada. It's going to be Destiny Q that's forced to run out of this fight so early. Thanatos is still in the sky. We'll all back down just to rejoin the team, and it's kind of like a bait-out fight. Oh, they're going to go back in. Wiz is in the middle of things. Fear No Evil's doing so much. Wiz is still alive! Kira Hunter finally cleans him up, and he may have done too much. Petrified for Kiki Omeo might do enough. Picks off Kira Hunter, but it's going to pay for it with his life. Now there's 4 members of Kracken up still alive, and Slap and Tickle are running for their lives. Yada's still still has damage. He can rejoin this fight if he wants. Richard Castle's just a bait for the meantime. They've split up to be 2-on-1 and 2-on-1, but now Richard Castle did a lot to Destiny Q and Skitzer. He's got mana. Destiny Q does not have any, and that's why he will not be able to do too much except auto attack to death. Will find it, and it's a 4-man looking for the Fire Giant, and man, this might just instantly flip in the other direction.
And this could possibly be the game for Kracken up. 22 to 22 kills. This game is so back and forth, and now picking up this Fire Giant. Oh, it's gonna be difficult for Slap and Tickle, but can they come back? I don't know. I don't think they can actually. This might be the game. Fire Giant. Actually,
It's taking a while, slowly, and there's a whole 3 online for Yada as well. He can look for a pound steal. This is getting to clutch time. Kracken up will secure it, but Yada's not happy with that. He's going to go pouncing in, looking for something. Cataclysm's going to come through, Searing Pain as well, but he just immediately jumps back out of there. Will manage to live. Oh, close, and the snipe to come through is not quite going to burn through the targets that they wanted it from Wizard. Doesn't connect, doesn't pick up anything, and 4 Fire Giants alive on the side of Kracken up.
So something I want to talk about is Yada. He's gone 4-2-10. He's very, very good in these team fights as a Bastet. But he plays without a table. He plays on his bed on a laptop.
What?
Did you... Crazy, right? He plays on his bed with a laptop. Not even kidding.
Somebody buy that kid a PC and see what strengths he goes to.
And a disc. It's crazy
or
what he can do.
Or at least a pillow for his mouse hand.
Well,
I'm interviewing that boy. I want to talk to him in his bed setup.
Yeah. But yeah,
he's not going to be able to compete. Like, if he ever goes to a LAN, he's going to be having a desk and like a full-blown computer, and he's not going to know what to do. He's going to see 60 frames plus on the screen, and he's not going to know what it looks like.
These frames? Maybe they might have to bring in like a special bed, like 4 people on PCs, and Yada's just sitting there with his bed and a laptop. But anyways, back to the game. 22 to 22, still 39 minutes in the game. Kracken up do have the Fire Giant on 4 out of 5 people.
Check this out. Kira Hunter, the duo lane. He's going to shove up on the left-hand side of the map. They're going to split again.
Yep. Oh gosh. And that's a split push from Apollo, and Kiki's there to answer, but Kira has a Fire Giant buff, and that is a massive spike in power.
But there's 2 different item builds here. There's a Titan's Bane, whereas an Executioner has come through with no Executioner. That's the difference in their builds right there, between the 280 carries.
Yep. And actually, and now Kiki just reached max, and Kira is rotating between this mid and duo lane, trying to push 2 lanes at the same time, but they're not fighting. They should fight because they have... Sorry?
Can I just point out that there are 2 people on this map that don't have a 6 item slot filled with something that's going to be no escape, but there will be some escapes. It's called CC Immunity. Very charged to come out too, looking for that engage. They were looking for Kira Hunter and his impressive split push, but they won't quite find it. Slap and Tickle disengage, so to Kracken up, and we're back to square one.
They definitely need a hard engage right now. They have the Fire Giant, they can win the team fight, but can Slap and Tickle turn it around? They do have the Petrify from the Medusa.
Well, the snipe to come through, Yada went to go deep. Can they find Kira Hunter? There's certainly going to be some focus. Look at the DPS. El Chuckles finds Skitzer. Now where are they going to turn? There's no fear, no evil down, and they might actually find Digital as well. Yada finds Kira Hunter, and against the run of play, against the Fire Giant, Crazy Hamish blinks to try and run himself away. The focus is not on Destiny Q's Guan Yu, so he's at least going to live and manage to get the base, and look at the charge down mid lane. Was that the mistake that cost Kracken up the game?
Oh, it might possibly. Slap and Tickle lose no one, and they're all up 50% HP. El Chuckles is the lowest, but he does have that death scythe he could use on a minion to heal up. And they're looking for this mid lane Phoenix. Destiny Q, no escape from Richard Castle. Ooh. This is very, very close. There is the chains
to defend this Phoenix with the health bars. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to make it work. Destiny Q dropped incredibly low. The snipe comes through so close to Destiny Q that now it's on towards the Titan. Can they turn a burn? 10 seconds still on Skitzer. Chuckles goes into the air. The Titan at 20%. It's dropping. Wizard finds Hamish. And they find the game out of nowhere. Downtown, 2 deep from Kracken up. They split up in the disengage. They lost 3 of their members, the 4th finally under the Titan, and oh my god, Slap and Tickle against the Fire Giant Kracken up. They wiped them.
That last team fight, Wizard was able to hit 3 people with the through space and time, and that really changed that fight around. And then 3 no escapes from Richard Castle through that entire thing. That turnaround from Slap and Tickle, that was against a Fire Giant Kracken up. Like you said, they were on the back foot, but they were able to turn it around, and then they just won the game. What?
42 minutes and 35 seconds was what it took for the lineup of Slap and Tickle to no longer Slap and Tickle, to put fists into the opposition's face, to pummel them down with the bow of a crazy snake lady, with the through space and time of the master of portals. And that's how it ended. Oh man, if you had to pick an MVP from that series.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. That's a difficult question because El Chuckles really changed the early game for Slap and Tickle, but then Kracken up were able to turn it around as well. Kira Hata was able to solo out Kiki Omio through the mid game. Skitzer with the Fear No Evils made a very good impression, but Mr. Digital, I think, with those snipes, with the Searing Pain, he got 5 out of 9 of his kills were all Searing Pain Searing Pain snipes. Oh, I can't get the words out. There's so much hype left in me. Oh my god, Slap and Tickle with a very good series there. 2-0 against Kracken up.
Guys, we are going to recover somehow from that game, and then we'll be right back to bring you the final match of the evening between Citadel Gaming and The Click. If that was hype game number 1, can we bring hype game number 2? What can we find for you in our final match of week 1 of your Invitational Cyber Gamer Ladder? Guys, do not switch your browser over to any other stream. Action is all right here.